And I just kind of waited and there was about 25 other people and let them kind of go to these things. I said, Lord, where do you want me to go? And he just kind of, I just felt compelled to go to this corner of this this church where no one else was. And it was by the staircase, and there was a tree, just about a 5 foot tall tree, or maybe shorter than that, maybe only 4 feet. And above the tree there was a painting. And the painting was also of a tree, and the painting was bearing fruit, beautiful painting. And I said, okay, Lord, I feel like this is where you want me to be. I just felt that's the place. And I said, Lord, so what do you want to tell me? And Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice. They will not. So the Lord spoke to my heart. Is this still small voice? He said, look at the tree. And I said, okay. And then he said, the tree is three-dimensional and lifeless. That's what he said. The tree is three-dimensional and lifeless, without life. I looked at the tree closer, and it was an artificial tree. It was a fake tree. There was no life in it. On the distance it looked real, but when you got close, it was artificial. It was a fake tree. It was a posing tree. It wasn't real. It was a three-dimensional, lifeless tree. Anyway, so the Lord said, the tree is three-dimensional and lifeless. I was like, whoa, I see it. And so then the Lord said, look at the painting. So I looked at the painting, and then he said, the painting is two-dimensional and full of life. The painting, it was a beautiful painting of a tree with big old grapes bearing fruit and everything. So I said, I see it. The tree is three-dimensional, lifeless, and the painting is two-dimensional, full of life. Then I asked the Lord this. I said, okay, Lord, what does that have to do with me? And the second after I asked him that question, he spoke back to me and he said this. He said, you are going to take life out of the two-dimensional and bring it into the three-dimensional. And when he spoke that to me, it hit me so deep in my heart, in my spirit, that I just got charged, and the fear of the Lord hit me, and my voice was trembling for like the next half an hour. Anyway, I didn't know exactly what that meant, but shortly after that, the thought kept coming to me. You need to memorize the Sermon on the Mount. And in prayer meetings, I'd be falling asleep. You need to memorize the Sermon on the Mount. And the thought just kept this reoccurring thought, and I was like, yeah, it's a good thing to do. I've been trained as an actor, and I didn't make the connection with what the Lord spoke to me to this thought that kept coming. Well, to make a long story short,